Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture, and today we're going over the album, the first official album by British producer, DJ, and singer Fred again, and his album called Actual Life, April 14th through December 17th, 2020, in parentheses. So pretty much, I didn't really know too much of him until I came across one of the songs off this album called, which one was it? Mara, hope I pronounced that right. We Lost Dancing. And I really, really love the song. I really felt like the whole impact of how it feels to have a direction of talking about pretty much losing a lot of things that we took for granted because of the pandemic. And just talking about one of the things was dancing, that we danced around and had a good time, and now we can't even do that anymore, or do that anymore yet. And I think it really impacted me in so much. So I kind of went backwards and listened to some of his other stuff, and I got into his collab album that he did with Heady One, called Gang, and it's so nice. It's so good. I feel like Heady One is one of the people that he's a drill rapper, but he's one of those people that just like really knows what he's doing. Like it just feel like it's whenever you have those rappers that kind of just flow without you even need to like kind of getting into them, it just feels right. So with that said, and also leaning to the direction that I also listened to Don't Judge Me with Heady One and FKA Twigs, which came out the same year. It definitely made me realize, like, I definitely need to get into him. He's feel like a more of an atmospheric type of direction, and that he's really into it seems like he's really into a lot of, like, sampling things and kind of mashing them together kind of thing to send a message fully. So, let me talk about the songs I really, really liked, and kind of talk about the premise of the whole album, which is pretty much how his life and how he feels and his emotion throughout the whole time from April 14th all the way to December 17th of 2020. So let's get into it. So first of all, the second song, Kyle, I Found You, was one of the singles. And I think a lot of off this album was pretty much singles before it became an album. As much as there was an EP came out in 2020 in June 12th, which was like a snippet of this album, and now we got the full album. So yeah, so Kyle, I Found You is a really, really beautiful song. I really love it. It's pretty much, there's vocal sampling from the spoken word artist called Kyle Tran More, and goes by Guante. So this poem is pretty much, the sampling is pretty much pulled out from the poem that he did called Love in the Time of Undeath. One of the things I really like about this is that so just from the fact that he took a poem that was very powerful, just from me going back and actually like reading it, I was very impressed because he definitely touched on the great highlights of those pieces. For example, in the smoking chaos, our shoulders blades kissed. I found you. I was out of my mind, but I was outside of my mind, but I found you, kind of thing. It's just pretty much talking about how in the middle of chaos, he found somebody that means a lot to him, and I think that's really, really cool. Going into Dermot, See Yourself in Your Eyes. Really, really like this one too, and I love Dermot Kennedy. I think that he has a beautiful voice. He has a great, great kind of message, and there's so much emotion in his vocals that it's amazing. So the fact that he sampled one of his songs called Lost in this, and pretty much is talking about the idea of pretty much seeing somebody, falling in love with somebody that doesn't really see the full potential of themselves, but you do see it. So as he says, if only you could see yourself in my eyes, you'd see you shine, pretty much. And I love the little end part I think it's from Fred himself, but I don't really know because, maybe it could be from Kennedy. It could be from him. But it says, fall in love with somebody who enjoys your weirdness, not someone that tries to talk you into being normal. I think that's really, really beautiful message at the end of that song. And this is what I'm talking about. Just those two Kyle and Dermot songs, it's just like, it has that kind of feel of there's a message in each thing, but it also is describing how he feels in the same time by sampling these pieces and mashing them up together. Another one I liked was Julia Deep Diving, which samples the song Deep by Julia Michaels. This one is really beautiful. I think it pretty much talks about the idea of diving deep into somebody else's emotions, kind of falling deeper into somebody, and feeling like to the point where you feel like you're overwhelmed over the idea, but I'll just read this thing and I'll kind of break it down for you because I feel like I wrote down this quote and I really liked it. It says, I am deep diving into your emotions and sometimes I think I might be broke, but you're bringing back all my feels and I fucking love it. Or feelings and I fucking love it. So it pretty much seems like there's a direction where she has closed her feelings away, put a wall around herself, but then when she goes finds this person and falls in this person's kind of emotions and kind of lets down a little bit of that wall as much as she's letting letting that person in, letting Julia in, she starts to feel because of that permission, she's letting down her own walls and she's starting to feel feelings again due to the fact that since putting her walls up, and she really loves that. She really loves that she's finally feeling, and this person's making her feel this way. It's really beautiful. Another one I want to shout out that I didn't really star, but I definitely love. I pronounce this name all the time, but wrong. Ebony. So Ebony has this song. This is pretty much sampling a couple things. So Ebony's song Sundays and sampling a song with Ebony that Fred again did called Adam Act Like. This was off of the EP called the same title, which is Actual Life. So yeah, I really like that he took a song that was full on and then sampled it into its interlude, which is kind of interesting. But one thing I really like that he said that Ebony says in this is, I bench pressed my problems like add another weight. I felt like that was such a huge confident flex kind of thing, and pretty much it's that kind of like come what may or kind of bring on this problems. I can take it. I know I can kind of thing. I think it's really beautiful. Big Hen Still My Joy is another one I really really liked. This one kind of touches on a lot of things, saying like it seems like the idea is that he's trying to get over an ex, but he doesn't entirely want to at the same time. I think it's kind of fun. I think it's kind of interesting to talk about how he talks about it. It's very interesting. He's like, I don't know what I'm going through. I'm scared my thoughts don't tell the truth, but I don't want to get over you. And then a part that says, like, we're bigger than all the things that's in our way kind of thing. So it seems like a whole thing where he does want to get back with this person or has just been reminiscing on their kind of, like, relationship thing. But one thing that kind of goes in and out of it is this poem by, or this spoken word by Ebony Stewart, which pretty much talks, and this says, like, can't nobody steal my joy, not even myself. And I feel like that kind of thing feels really nice, but I wonder if it's contrasting, saying like, I'm in a rut thinking about a past love, and I know I should get past it, but I can't seem to get past it, and I feel like I don't want to get past it, so it's kind of like saying I want to, in a weird way, I kind of want to seep into this type of emotion, just stay in it, in this misery. It feels good in a way, because it just feels nice to be in, to have this feeling about it feels very seductive, and I feel like on the flip side, you have Ebony telling you, like, kind of telling you to pick yourself up kind of thing and say, like, and not to let anybody, including the past lover or yourself, that you want to bring yourself down in this place, don't let yourself do that. And I feel like that's a really beautiful direction of having that just mirror each other, but not really entirely saying that in a full sentence. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really love this album. Going into another one I like is Sabrina, I Am a Party. Very, very interesting song. This one samples a poem or word spoken spoken word by Sabrina Benaim, and it's called explaining my can't talk today. Explaining my depression to my mother. So this one is really beautiful. I think it's I want to actually listen to the actual like clip of it because I only got pieces of it. But one thing that really pulled me out, which is I'm sure he sampled this, so it must have pulled him out too, it's just not that much fun having fun when you don't want to have fun. And I felt like there's so many fun inside that direction that has nothing to do with fun, and I feel like it completely describes a depression direction. I feel like I'll speak for myself in that direction because it's just like, even when everybody's having fun around you and there's so many things to do, your depression can take you and make you feel like you don't deserve to be part of this, or you don't even want to have fun. You just doesn't want to pull you out of that feeling. But I really like that. And so there's a part where it says, I am a party inside of my head. I don't really know what that means, but I'm sure once I look into the poem or the spoken word, I'll definitely understand more of it. Another one I really like was Angie Interlude, which kind of samples Marnie, Kyle, I Found You, Deep Diving, and Me Heavy, which is all on this album. And I love that kind of thing. It makes it seem like we're coming to a close, but not entirely. Kind of just like, here's all you got for the majority of the year. Now we're going into the like fall or winter I should say. So now we're going to the other side. And this one kind of touches on a couple of places where it says, it moves into another song called Angie as well, with parentheses of I've Been Lost. And this one samples a song by Angie McMahon, and the song called Pasta. And it pretty much it feels like it's talking about that this person being lost, but trying to make it through and kind of push through, even though they're lost. And pretty much saying, don't save me, don't have nothing left. Pretty much it seems like she's on the edge of everything. It's just like she's reaching her like peak of where how much she can really take of being in this situation. But one thing that she does say, that she seems to have a companion on her side, because she says, I've been out of shape for a while, but you keep me trying. So pretty much somebody is there in her corner kind of supporting her even though she's at that point. Going into December 17th to 2020, it's just a little snippet. It pretty much says, guys, I feel like it might be over soon. Completely false. I'm sure everybody felt that way during December. It was like, okay, vaccinations, this is happening. Oh, look, America got a much better president, so things are looking up. But I think it's very nice to have that feeling, because I feel like everybody else is kind of feeling that way. Like, we're gonna be out of this in a year, we're gonna be out of this in 6 months. Like, but it just keeps on going. But I definitely understand having that feeling, definitely at the end of the year. Going to my favorite song of the album, Marea, We Lost Dancing, featuring the blessed Madonna. This one is a great song, and not just because of the beat. The beat's really fun, and it definitely makes you want to dance, but it contrasts by telling you how much we don't have that right now, while over a dancey beat. And it's so interesting. So I'm going to read this whole thing, because it really impacted me really well. It says, this year we've had to lose our space. We've lost dancing. We lost the hugs with friends and people that we love. All these things that we took for granted. If I could live through this, what comes next will be marvelous. And I love that kind of thing. And it ends with that piece of, if I can live through this, what comes next will be marvelous kind of thing. And I love that because it makes it seem like it leaves you with a nice little hopeful ending, which is really nice. I think it's just a beautiful, beautiful put together album. I give it You know what? I want to do this anyway. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because I really love the atmosphere. It really hit it on the nail with the atmosphere, with the sound, with the lyrics, with the topics. It really, really does it. This album did a great job. So congratulations to Fred again. I think he did a great job. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. If you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like the CD, let me, or CD, God. If you didn't like this song, or album, let me know. If you like this video, hit like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell so you get more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.